point, this is on your sheet. Then that fixed point is called the focus. And it's also, so it's equidistant from the fixed point and the fixed line. That fixed line is called the directrix. So that's all on your sheet that I've given you. Yes, Jason?
Last week's stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the definition of a parabola. So, all these keywords here then you need to know. Okay, so the vertex, you already know that's the turning point.
Yeah.
The axis of symmetry, we've talked about that a lot with parabolas when we do functions. The distance between the vertex and the focus is called the focal length. So that there, and it's normally given the symbol A in our formulas. Chord is an interval going 2 points from the parabola, and if that chord goes through the focus, then it's called a focal chord. And a focal chord that is parallel to the directrix has this weird name called the latus rectum.
Perpendicular.
That's parallel to the directrix? Yeah. That one there? That one there's the latus rectum. You already know what a tangent is. That's,
It says
perpendicular. Focal chord is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry.
Oh.
Does the axis of symmetry, yeah? Yeah. Okay. So there's a few keywords in that box there and bottom of that sheet that you need to know because they'll come up in questions. Any questions so far? Alright, so these are two parabolas that we're going to be looking at today. X squared equals 4ay is concave up, and x squared equals negative 4ay is just concave down. Both of them have the same vertex, which is the origin. Okay, and the coordinates of the focus is 0a here, 0 negative a here. So, these are just all the ones I printed out for you. So you know on the, I'll just go through where the x squared equals 4ay comes from. Alright, so on this diagram here, we let P be the locus of the point that moves so that it's equidistant from a fixed point and a fixed line. Then P will have the coordinate xy. We'll let our focus have the coordinate 0a, and the directrix will have the equation y equals negative a. Because that distance from there to there is a, and that distance from there to there is a. Alright, so therefore if P is moving so that the distance between the focus and the directrix is always the same, then we can use the distance formula, saying PF equals PQ. Right, is everyone with me so far? And then just substituting into the distance formula, PF would be x minus, so that's like O, yeah, all squared, plus y minus a all squared. And then this distance here is going to be the distance from there to there, which is y, because remember that's the x-axis, and then that distance there is a, so the distance PQ is going to be y plus a, which is what's there. Alright, so then if you square both sides to get rid of the square root on the left-hand side, then you'll end up squaring the whole right-hand side. And then if you just spend all the perfect squares and collect all like terms, that's where the x squared equals 4ay comes from. So you need to memorise this proof. It's in your textbook if you want to go over it again. But what's important is just remembering x squared equals 4ay. Yes, Charlie?
Why is it just y plus a?
Because this distance is y from here to here, because the coordinate of P is xy,
Oh, yeah.
and then that distance there is a,
Oh, I see.
because you know how. Oh yeah, it was on the other side. That there was a, and that there was a.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you know your summary page, you know that table that I've got? The table that just hands it out. Yep. So on that one there, I want you to fill in the very first two lines, which were for x squared equals 4ay. Okay. So you fill in the first one, axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry has the equation x equals 0.
Can you show us? Can you do it on your sheet?
So just there, that's x equals 0.
You write that under axis.
Axis, yep, top one.
X equals.
X equals 0. Yes, this is going to be a whole summary of all the parabolas that you need to know. The next one is the vertex. What's the coordinates of the vertex here?
0, 0.
Yep, 0, 0. Says it here. Origin. The next one is the focus.
0.
Yep, 0A is the focus. The next one is the directrix. Yep, the directrix is y equals negative A. That's this line down here. Okay, and then for where it says sketch, A greater than 0, you're just going to draw a concave up parabola where the vertex is at the origin. So I'll just draw something very small like this. I go like that. And then I go put in the focus and the directrix. Maybe I'll put in the directrix like that. Y equals negative A, and the coordinates of the focus is 0A.
So draw that next to A
I
is
just
greater
draw
than
where
0.
it says sketch. Yeah, A is greater than 0. So you just put a little sketch like that in. Does that make sense? Oh, you know what? It's pretty much just copying the diagram on here. On these dataset sheets that you've got. Yeah, that's what you want to copy. So that's x squared equals 4ay. So it's concave up parabola, vertex is at the origin. And focus is 0A, the directrix is y equals negative A. Yeah, you can pretty much actually use everything that's on these sheets to complete your table. Okay, so then the next parabola is just the concave down parabola. This one here. So same, the vertex. Oh, the first one you've got to fill in is the axis. The axis symmetry is exactly the same. X equals 0. And the axis of symmetry.
Vertex is the same as well.
Yep, the vertex is exactly the same there at the origin, 0, 0. Focus though has changed because now because it's concave down, the focus is 0, negative A. And the directrix is also changed. The directrix is y equals positive A. So then to draw a diagram, I would just draw a small diagram like the one on your sheet. And so a little concave down parabola. Looks like this. Focus down here, and the directrix up there. Okay. Oh, we just talked about that. Does anyone have any questions so far about these two parabolas? So in the formula, the A represents the focal length.
What's the yellow say?
The focus, so it says that bit. And that bit. What is the focus? Okay, so for this question here, you don't need to write this one down. We've got some more questions coming up. I'll just get you to watch these ones. For the very first question here, because you know it's normally x squared equals 4ay, a for the first one must be 2. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Because the formula is x squared equals 4ay. So 4a equals 8. So a equals 2. Okay. Because it's in the form x squared equals 4ay, then the vertex is the origin.
And the focal length is always A, isn't it?
Yep, focal length is always a, but the length is always positive. So that's a. Yeah. The axis of symmetry is the y-axis, which has the equation x equals 0. The focus will be here and have the coordinate 0a, so it'll be 0, 2. And the directrix then will be down here. And they'll have the equation y equals -2. Okay. Similarly, then we've got another one here, although this time, because it's x squared equals -16y, then you know it's concave down. So concave, the focal length will be 4, yeah. The vertex will be the same.
Would it be negative 4? No.
Well, because it's a length. A length's always positive. Alright. Axis of symmetry is the y-axis again, which is x equals 0. Focus this time will be down here. So that'll then have the coordinate 0, -4. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
So focal length's 4. And the directrix then will be up here. And that's y equals positive. Does that make sense? Any questions? Yeah? Alright, let's have a go at some of the questions. These ones you should probably write down. Yeah, these are only examples for today. So I'll just pause it while I'll give you a chance to write down. First is a concave up or concave down? Down, yep, because of the negative. So, vertex is at the origin. What's the focal length?
2.
1. You know, x squared equals 4ay.
Oh. Dang it.
Focal length is 1. So they'll go 1 down and they'll go 1 up. What's the coordinates of the focus? Yep. 0, -1.
It's
Yeah, it's concave down. That negative means it's concave down.
Isn't -4 front of 1?
It's really dry.
Yeah, so the focal length is 1. That's concave down. And the directrix is this dashed line I've drawn there. So what's the equation of the directrix?
Y equals 1.
Yep, y equals 1. Hold on. That's good.
Yep.
Does anyone have any questions? It's really important in this topic to work off a diagram. Work off a sketch. Just like the locus problem. Alright, I'll give you a chance to copy down the next example. So, the second example, is the parabola concave up or concave down?
Concave down.
Yeah?
Because
Because
the
why?
directrix is above the origin.
Yeah, the directrix is marking the directrix first. So there's y equals 5. So that means it must be down there. Alright, so if the directrix is y equals 5 and the vertex is at the origin, what's the focal length?
5.
0, -5.
Focal length is just 5?
Okay.
Yeah. That distance here. And the focal length. So, our equation is going to be x squared equals -4ay. And we'll just have to sub in then our a. X squared equals -4ay because it's concave down. Because you know, focal length is 5. X squared equals, yeah, -20y. You just leave your answer like that. X squared equals -20y. Cool. Anyone have any questions? So is it concave up or concave down here?
It doesn't say.
Oh yeah,
It's a
four,
focal
so
length.
change from, yeah, you came to one.
No, that's the focal length though, it's not the focus.
No, actually, it could be both.
Why?
Because both of them have vertex at the origin, and both of them have the same axis of symmetry. So you could have a parabola like that, with the focus down there. That would have a focal length of 4 and would satisfy all those criteria. And you could have a parabola concave up, where the focus is there, which also has a focal length of 4. So your answer ends up being x squared equals plus or minus 4 times 4 is 16. Y. Ends up with the two different parabolas. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So sometimes your answer is one parabola, and sometimes, like here, your answer could be 2. Alright, that's it for the example. So the next exercise is exercise 10.4. Question 3.
Something.
X squared equals 8y.
X squared equals 8y. Is that concave up or down? Yep. What's the focal length?
Sorry?
That goes to there.
4.
What?
2.
2.
2.
Focal length is 2.
Nathan, you're wrong.
So you.
Alright.
Alright, so the focus is here at 0, 2. What's the question asking? Find the equation of the focal chord that goes through another point.
Negative 4 and 2.
Negative 4, 2. So that'll be that point there. Okay, so they're asking you to find the equation of the line. Equation of the focal chord. Remember, focal chord goes through the focus. And if it also goes through that point there, you're trying to find this line. Oh, chord just stops. Alright. What is the equation of that line there?
You just use the equation for
Yep. So you can work out the gradient, and
Yeah,
then you
gradient,
point
yeah.
this, and then use point, and so that's my gradient. What's the gradient of this line? Because that's 3, 4, 2, and that's 0, 2. Yeah, it's a horizontal line, because they both got the same y coordinate. So the gradient 0, so what's the equation of the line then?
7y.
1 over 7
X squared equals
1 over 7 y.
Oh, what about that?
The horizontal line?
So x plus 4 equals 0. Y times 2. What's over on?
0. Ends up being y equals 2.
Can you get fractions?
Are you doing
Okay?
It was 1 over 28.
Alright, so how much is to finish up that exercise up to question 5?
Okay.
Work off a diagram. Question 4 and 5, you might need to use that point gradient formula.
Is with what's 4 times by 128?